The last time the Mayhem went up to the Crown Coliseum, however, they were shut out by the Marksmen. Fayetteville held on for a 1-0 victory back on Friday, December 28th. The penultimate game of the 2018 annual year for the Mayhem. Jake Hausworth scored the lone goal in that tilt as well. Ian Silvas, despite playing very well in goal, was handed the loss. Fayetteville's power play that night going 1 for 7. It seems to be a recurring theme when these teams get together. There are lots of, we talked about it earlier in the pregame show, always lots of penalties when the Mayhem and the Fayetteville Marksmen square off. Bazovic moves it up to Caleb Cameron. He will dump it wide of the net. No icing as he had just gained the red line. Jake Moore sends it around the boards, turned over to Levesque, who will carry behind the net and center it out front dangerously, but there were just too many white sweaters swarming the area to block off the pass from Justin Levesque. And now it's Travis Jake who will settle things down and feed it up to Mazurek on his right. Mazurek will rattle it in. Silvas is pressured by Nolan Sheeran, who's trying to take it away, and Sheeran is pointing at Silvas, believes he did something he was not allowed to do. Silva scurried back into his crease. I'm not sure what happened here. I don't know if he played it with his glove inside of the trapezoid or what, but yeah, it looks like it's in his glove, and he's going to hand it to the linesman, Dan Huntington. So the ensuing draw will take place in the left circle in the Macon zone. 8:42 to go in the first period. We're still scoreless at the Mac Shack. By this time yesterday, we had already had a fight. By the 29-second mark yesterday, we had had a fight between Zach Urban and Corey Melkert of Fayetteville. The puck flutters out of play into the bottom of section 109. That flying puck's been brought to you by Blues Painting and Home Repair. If you're interested in coming out to a Mayhem game as a group this season, folks, call the Mayhem front office line at 478-803-1592. Groups of 10 or more get discounted tickets at $13 a piece, plus free hats and an experience upgrade of your choosing. To speak with Tyler Layfield, Colin Mitchell, or myself, we'd be happy to get you all squared away. There are 3 home games remaining on the calendar for the Mayhem this regular season as Seth Ronsberg receives a nice breakout pass from Jarrett Cupp. And Levesque will attempt to twist it down to Cameron, who's well covered by Travis Jake. Levesque decides instead to feed it the other way, and Ronsberg had his stick outstretched, but he couldn't receive that pass from Levesque, and Cupp will take over now behind his own goal. Cupp rims it around to Keplinger in front of his own bench. Keplinger's pass reaches Levesque. He will kick it up to his stick. He's onside. Keplinger taps his stick, calls for it, swivels away from 1, then 2, then shoots. Missed the left post. Close call by Keplinger as Smith will feed it down in behind the net. Keplinger catches up to it near the Margaritas Mercer Village dasherboard on the far half wall. Kick to the stick from Seamer. He will send it over to Trask. Rescued it brilliantly. Trask put it over, hoping for Keplinger, who turns it at the net after that attempt from a tough angle, and that time it was stopped by Jake Moore. What's wrong with Josh Keplinger all of a sudden? He can't score from behind the net. He's had a tremendous couple of games since he's been here, folks, and that does not appear to be stopping anytime soon. We'll hear from Josh Keplinger, the Mayhem's newest addition, during the first intermission of tonight's game. I'm told he's got some teammates tuned in from Lawrence University. So be sure to tune in during the first intermission for that interview with Josh Keplinger and much more. Keelik down the right side is onside as he enters the Macon zone. His backhand shot is smothered by Ian Silvas' glove. Saginaw, Michigan, the hometown of Josh Keplinger, but he played college hockey for 4 years in Wisconsin. He had a goal in his professional debut, the Lawrence University product. Ranks 4th all-time in Lawrence University history among hockey players for goals scored throughout his career. Jake Moore so far having a similarly strong start. Fayetteville's goaltender making his pro debut tonight as well. Looks sharp as a knife. The Mayhem guilty of icing. That icing call brought to you by Tropical Smoothie Cafe. If I'm not mistaken, that's the first time we've had an icing call all night. Don't forget, folks, there will be a Wiener Dog Dash during the first intermission of tonight's game. Lots of Wiener Dogs in the building. Very excited for that. It seems like they know what's going to happen because they're all ready to go. If I'm not mistaken, we had 23 or 24 sign up for the races, so that should be a lot of fun. John Seamer, right side. And his shot blocked from the right circle. He is taken down hard into the boards. He's a little slow to get up, the Mayhem's alternate captain, but he gets back onto his skates and will sort of labor back to the Macon bench. Lisa Connolly getting ready to take a look at him, the Mayhem trainer. And that's somebody that the Mayhem cannot afford to lose. He went fast and hard into the end wall. Fayetteville will be lucky if they're only given 2 minutes for that. Skating to the penalty box, Alfred Johansson. And the Mayhem will be going to their first power play of the game. I would imagine John Seamer won't be out there, at least not at first, as he normally would. Macon's power play last night clicked twice. There have not been a lot of times this season where they could say that. So they've been on a nice little roll lately. The Mayhem man advantage has only struck twice in a game 3 other times this season leading up to last night. Seth Ronsberg will take Seamer's place on this power play. He will take the offensive zone face-off. 2 minutes for tripping called against Alfie Johansson. And the puck drops, and off the tie-up, it's worked back to the blue line for Zach Urban, who scored a PPG last night. Sutliff surveys down the left side, had his shot blocked. That one stung Tyler Palmer. Urban brilliantly keeps it in the zone despite the hard clearing attempt. And now from the far corner board, Seth Ronsberg chisels the puck loose. Keplinger is slammed into the wall. Minerva will cycle it now to Sutliff, outer hash marks, left circle. He delays. Ronsberg returns it for him. The ex-Mississippi River King on the left half wall with it now. Derek Sutliff assisted on Keplinger's PPG yesterday. Centers for Ronsberg, who misfires. I believe it was actually blocked by a Fayetteville stick. And the puck flies out of play. That flying puck brought to you by Blues Painting and Home Repair. 6:38 to go in the first period. No score at the Macon Centerplex. Thanks for joining us, folks, on the Mayhem Broadcast Network. You're listening to Macon Mayhem Hockey on SPHL Live, powered by New Lion, and on YouTube. We hope you've enjoyed your weekend up till now. So there will be an offensive zone draw taking place to Jake Moore's right. It's won by Fayetteville. Blasted around the boards by Travis Jake. Redirected out of the zone in front of the penalty boxes at Kareem's. And it's Nick Minerva guiding it over to Zach Urban. The Calgary native has it behind his own net. Urban delivers up to Josh Keplinger. He swivels through 3, then sets up Sutliff wide open, shoots, and scores! Derek Sutliff has scored his 18th goal on the season. Second in as many games, and Josh Keplinger has his first assist with the Mayhem. It's 1-0. This power play is on a roll right now, folks. They're starting to wake up after a very slow campaign thus far on the man advantage. And they're starting to turn things around at least a little bit. Again, we said yesterday it was just the 4th time all season the Mayhem had managed to score 2 power play goals in a single game. They've got 1 on their first opportunity tonight, and that's now 3 consecutive games all throughout this 3-game homestand in which they've scored a PPG. Derek Sutliff now just 2 goals shy of Jake Trask's team lead in goals with 20. Josh Keplinger, Zach Urban getting the assists on Derek Sutliff's goal. That goal coming 13:46 seconds into this contest. 6:08 remain in the first period. The Mayhem now enjoying a 1-0 lead. Offensive zone win by Macon. Minerva will tap it over the stick of Sutliff. It squeaks over past the blue line, and Nolan Sheeran will swerve his way down the right side. He sends it into the adjacent corner as Max Cook fights for it for Fayetteville. Tapped up to Jimmy Soper, and Soper will find Caligiuri now. Swerving through center ice. He gives it towards Soper. It's picked off by Tyler Palmer. And Palmer will chip it off the glass. Zach Urban from the goal line feeds it up to Keplinger, who sends Seamer the pass. Seamer is onside, drops it for Trask. Left circle, Trask with a curl and drag. Takes it now behind the net. Didn't have much room to work with. He wheels all the way up to the slot with it. Barely keeps it in the zone at the blue line. Extreme poise and skill shown by the Mayhem's top goal scorer, Jake Trask. but now he's out of real estate as Keplinger helps him move the puck. He gets it behind the net. He sends it out to Seamer. Left circle with a shot. Shoulder save by Moore, and the puck flies out of play.